Hi guys, Creative Lori here. Welcome everyone. If you hear my squeaky shoes in the background, sorry. I had just mopped the floor and it's still kind of like tacky from the vinegar and water a little bit. Not really, but you know what I mean with rubber soles. Anyway, welcome back. I am just showing you today what I have made with my last grocery haul in March. I haven't done this video. I'm not really sure when I'll be posting this video because I have so many in my queue that I need to post before I do this one. Anyway, but I wanted to show you, I had said that I was going to be making some homemade bread and some homemade marmalade, which I did do. And excuse the landscaper in the background. But yeah, so I made 8 of these 8-ounce containers. And I will say they did turn out really, really, really good, but you know, I'm still a little insecure about it. So I was going to give these out as gifts to friends and some YouTube friends, but you know, I'm going to try another batch because this was the first time for me to can and making preserves. And I think making preserves is a little bit harder than regular canning in my opinion because you have to get the temperature up and kind of like candy. But if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below. So I bought some new jars. I think these were from Amazon or Walmart.com. These were from Walmart. I did buy some 4-ounce jars, which I still need to return those. But yeah, I made 8 of these, and I had the oranges were free. All I had to buy was the sugar, which I use raw sugar, and that was $2.49 for I think 5 pounds. And I made my own pectin from the membrane of the oranges. The oranges were organic and they were free. So really, just the cost of the jars. And I don't know, you know, if I give them out, I don't expect the jar back, obviously. But if I give them to, like, you know, my sister, dad, and I, then I can reuse the jars, of course. And I still have plenty left. I think I have 16. So I made 8. That's how much it made. It was very time consuming, I will say that. So to any of you who can, oh my gosh, I take my hats off to you. And sorry, I still couldn't find on my phone like the stabilizer on my phone. So every time I move, I'm trying not to move. And every time I breathe, it like moves the camera. So anyway, I thought this turned out pretty decent. I had some trouble, and I'll tell you, maybe for those of you who do can, let me know when I'm doing wrong. When I did the process of I boiled my cans, and then I had the concoction, the marmalade ready at the same time. So I poured the marmalade in, wiped the lids, made sure all of that, put the lids on. Now some of them right away did the popping and secured the lid, but not all of them. So I got a little worried, and then my dad says, well, just put them in a warm water bath, because he used to do preserves all the time. And I said, okay. I think I may have had the heat on too high, and this was already starting to cool by the time I had done that. So it kind of made, I feel like, the marmalade a little bit more liquidier, like it liquefied it. And as the first time around, like the hour and a half before, it wasn't like that. So I think that was my mistake. But when I took them out of the water bath, because they were really starting to heat up in there, and I could hear them popping, but then, they didn't all have the popped lid. Like I could still go up and down on a couple lids. But as they cooled within like the next 2 hours, really, it was probably 1.5 hours to 2 hours, they did seal. So I think I was just being impatient, and I just wasn't sure because I have never done it before. So, lesson learned, and next time I will just let them you know, let the heat do its thing, and if I have to put it in a water bath, I'll just do it on a low heat and take it out after a while, and then, you know, let them do their thing. So lesson learned there. But it does taste pretty good. It's not as sweet. I didn't want it as sweet, but I did. The things I had to buy for this were the cans, the cheesecloth for making the natural pectin, and I could use the cheesecloth for a lot of other things. So I did buy that on either Amazon.com or Walmart.com. I can't remember, but I just needed something, and I just bought like I think it was 1 or 2 yards. So, and I can use it for a lot of other things, so I wasn't sad about that. Okay, this, I made my own bread, and I said I can make 12 loaves, I think. So this was one of the first, and I just wanted to show you because I did make a mistake. So I have a bread maker, and I got it from the thrift store years ago. And I don't know if you can see, let's see, where was it? There was a chemical reaction. Here we go. Right here. It's green. It looks like mold, and that's how it looked like when it was finished. And then there was another spot here. So basically, like, wherever the chemical reaction was hitting the metal of the container inside the, oh gosh, now the landscapers are really going, inside of the bread maker. But it was actually a really good loaf as far, I didn't eat it. There was no way I was going to eat it, just to be safe. But it had, like, good texture. Now, it's hard as a rock right now, because I've just saved it to show you guys. Okay, so here's another, oh no, I already showed you that. So there was like 2 or 3 spots total, and I looked it up. I did a lot of research, and basically it's a chemical reaction because I substituted some of the ingredients. Let me tell you what I substituted for. But overall, the form was good, the color was good, the texture I was pretty happy with. It's just shrinking now because I've been waiting to make this video, and now I can throw it away. I won't even give this to the raccoons because I don't know if it's safe. But anyway, what I did was it called for flour, a packet of yeast, and you just pour everything in there and your bread maker mixes it. And then it called for butter, salt, and dried milk. Well, I have dried milk, but it's a huge container. I didn't want to open it. So I know you can substitute applesauce for milk and for butter. So I did substitute for both those ingredients. Okay, sorry, now they're done. So lesson learned, because I have made breads before in that machine, and I even use alternative flours. You do have to mix the flours, like if you use coconut flour or garbanzo flour, you have to mix it with regular flour or wheat flour. So, but I guess the acid from the apples and the sugars maybe reacted with the yeast against the metal, and so therefore I learned my lesson. But I wanted to show you because I did have good intentions. So I still can make 11 more loaves, but I'm either going to use what they call for or use a different recipe, because that one was from a video for the machine, and I used to have the pamphlet, the booklet on it, and I don't anymore. I think it's called Magic Chef or something like that. But and I'm just going to have to find what I used before, because I had substituted before and it was always fine. But lesson learned that there can be a chemical reaction. So anyways, this has turned out to be really great in smoothies, overnight oats as like a sugar, thing, and it has that really nice, the caramelized pieces of the skin in there. This took a long time to make because I had to break everything apart on the orange. And I learned a different method, and I will try that next time when I make marmalade. So I will be making more for the people that I want to give them to, but I didn't feel comfortable giving this to other than just my family. Next thing I made, I I had to make some beets because I needed some sandwich makings. And so I had just steamed them in my crock pot here. And I wrap everything individually, and I just poke with like a little toothpick to make sure they're done. So I have, they were a pound of beets that I got for 99 cents from the 99-cent store. So I'm just going to cut this one and I'll show you. And then I did put in 5 potatoes. So you can see I have my steamer in there. And I put water at the bottom. I wrap everything. And then I do have 5 red potatoes in here. So you guys should be proud of me. I'm trying to use them. I think I will take some of your advice. A couple of people said chop them up and put them in with your eggs. I love that idea. That way I won't have to use rice or tortillas or bread. I can use the potatoes instead with my eggs, with like scrambled eggs and salsa. That would be really good. So I still have 1 bag left. So I might have to be doing that very soon, but or potato salad. But let me just pause here and I'll show you how they turn out. These are little beets, but they still work. And I don't peel them. I wash them good. I just don't peel them before I steam them. And I do wrap them in the foil because it just better protects them. So, and I cooked them for about 3 hours, 3.5 hours on high. All right, so here it is. I peeled 2 of the small little beets, and this is like more than enough for 1 sandwich, but I'm going to be really busy today, and I just need to keep my energy up, and I thought, let me get this ready now. And look at the beautiful color, you guys. So these don't have any salt. They don't have anything at all. They're not pickled or anything. I do like pickled beets, but I prefer them just cooked. And I do prefer warm beets on my sandwich, but I could heat them up if I wanted to, but I don't need to. So I'm just going to put these all in the fridge, but at least this will be ready for my meal, my sandwich tonight, and I will be putting coleslaw on it. I have coleslaw left. Guys, I still have a lot of food left from that last haul that my dad did at the 99-cent store. So I went to I think it was like $76, but if you take out the $12 I spent on the TVP, which was like a gift and a stockpiling gift, then it was, so that'd be like $64. So not much more over my budget. I mean, it is over my budget, but I learned my lesson. So I still have a ton of food left, but I needed to have some sandwich fixings, so I have my beets now, and I did peel 1 of the potatoes, and they are completely soft. So now I can make I can peel them, because these were not organic, so I'll peel them and then cut them. I'm just going to refrigerate them for now, but I'll just cut them up in cubes when I'm ready to put them in my eggs. And I did 5 of them, and some were a little bit bigger than others, and some I had to fit down below next to my little steaming basket, which is fine. If you don't have a steamer, you don't have to. Just make sure, you put your beets or potatoes where the foil is thicker and closed up in the water. Not that it matters. That's my preference. But all right, guys, this is it. That's what I've been up to. I got to put my mess away. I've got a lot going on today, and I've got to do dishes, put my stuff away. So guys, I hope you liked this, and now you know what to do with your beets, how to cook them, and now I know what to do with my potatoes. Thank you for all your tips and comments. I'm trying to get back to all of them, and I'm going to enjoy around 4 o'clock a cup of coffee with a slice of bread, not this bread, but with a little bit of my marmalade. Alright guys, talk to you later. Bye-bye.